Greetings from GD GOENKA School Agra. I am Gautam. Today we will going to explore the different career option our subject history or itihas offers before us and its importance. To begin with, when someone says history, what is the first impression that comes before our mind? Stories of the past, events of the past, teachings from the past, and so on. History is the most powerful tool in order to say with reference to destroy or dominate, or to understand or to empower. With reference to empower, we have multiple examples throughout world history to name upon, like French Revolution, American Revolution, and so on. In order to understand, I think the best example before us is the discipline which Indian Army taught. To destroy and dominate, I think history is one more time the most powerful tool the world have ever seen. Now, here are some facts before you. And final one. Now comes a million-dollar question: why? I strongly believe that man never learned from history, and that's why history keeps repeating itself. Now comes the building blocks of history, and let me begin with historiography. The first. Historiography is basically the study of writing of history, and colonial historiography is one of the most important example into the same category, and it gives the world one of the most popular theory, that is white man's burden. Then comes archaeology, which studies the human past using material remains. Recently, the most powerful story that came across is Senoli excavation site, and I think if all goes in a perfect way, then of course, to the best of my knowledge, the recent findings of Senoli can provide a paradigm shift to the way ancient history is put up before us into our syllabus and across academic. Then let's talk about numismatics. Here, numismatics, as you all are aware, I think that is very common. Everybody can connect with that. It basically deals with the story of coins and all that. And here comes a very important part which underlines the importance of numismatics, which goes well with reference to a name, that is James Prinsep. I think because of his contribution, our chronology of history, particularly in Indian history I am talking about, comes to the right point. Otherwise, we might have not be aware about who the great Ashoka was. Museums also plays a very important part as a building blocks of history, and I think Israel is one of the best example that how with the help of museums, Israelites have gone a way ahead in terms of maintaining their past glory and history with reference to revival of their almost dead language, that is Hebrew, through the network of museums. Epigraphy, yes. Epigraphy nowadays is basically one of the biggest answer this building block can offer. I think the million-dollar question that is going like a haunting spirit over there in the academic field across history is Indus enigma in terms of a script. So I think epigraphy is one of the building block that can provide an answer to this question. In order to contribute to this great subject, either we can contribute by becoming an historian, and we can write books onto the subject with reference to new heights of understanding history and past of the country, or by becoming an archaeologist. Through the archaeology, a new direction of history writing we can offer, and we can preserve the cultural heritage of our country. Now here is step-by-step guide to become a historian or archaeologist. First step is at least 12th from humanities with history to get basic understanding of history as a subject. Step number 2 is BA in history or anthropology or Sanskrit or chemistry or physics or metallurgy or civil engineering. Now, step number 3, that is masters in history or archaeology specific branches. Step number 4 is PGD from South Asia's best institute of archaeology, that is IIA, Indian Institute of Archaeology. And the final step is PhD from Oxford University or Cambridge. Now comes some career opportunities. To begin with, UPSC recruitment for Archaeological Survey of India for the post of grade A officer with approximate salary of rupees 1 lakh. Next step, clear UGC net to become professor of government college. Again, the salary is rupees 1 lakh. Step number 3, independent history writer, for example veterans like R.C. Guha, Shankar Bandyopadhyay, and these were the prolific writers who are earning rupees 3 to lakh for one single book. Step number 4 is museum conservator or independent archaeologist. They may also earn from 40,000 to rupees 1 lakh. And UPSC CSE exam with history is optional and specialization in cultural heritage in the government. Thank you. Please like this video, share it and subscribe the channel.